Has it made life better? Is it having a material impact on the existing real players? Are they negatively impacting the supplier community? Is Amazon going to be a pain for a Sony? Is it going to be a pain for a HarperCollins or a Penguin? Is new, and e-commerce is new by historical standards. I'm defining as e-commerce a transition of purchase transactions in any form to the digital platform from the real platform. So, what are the companies that come under this? The mothership is Amazon. So, from Amazon downwards, we start. So, Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, erstwhile Snapdeal, or whatever form it has taken now. All of these are the broad e-commerce companies. There have been e-commerce companies focusing on niches. There was one for just watches. So there are a bunch of companies focusing on specific things. For furniture, we've had Urban Ladder and Pepperfry. For transport, we've had Ola and Uber. For food delivery, we've had Zomato, Swiggy, Uber Eats, now Uber Eats and Zomato. So wherever there is a significant real transaction, but the backbone is digital, defining that space as e-commerce. So we used to go to a hotel and book, or call them and book hotel rooms. Now we can do online, you can pay, you can see the reviews. Everything happens here except the final leg where the actual transaction happens. And so it's an interesting space. We've gone heavy duty digital, and it's a changing shape. So the bunch of issues to discuss. You see making it life difficult for anybody who had only a real selling thing. Now is forced to go to e-commerce, and margins are getting squeezed. Is that a problem? Is that a problem we need to worry about? That is one. Second, a lot of these companies, an amazing number of these companies, especially new age companies, are funded. Quite a few of them are funded to the gills. Right? So the competitive advantage they get is on two planks. One is technological, which is obvious. You all see that. Second is the ability to take losses, right? Which is financial, which is muscle. So what ratio is good? Or is it okay for a company to say, I will survive for longer in this industry because I can take losses because I have capital backing me, and slowly destroy the allied sectors and then go to a monopoly? Is it okay for society to carve itself out into duopolies in each segment? That is one thing that has been established, that each of these e-commerce segments can have a maximum of 3 players. In some, there's not even room for 3. In great many, there's room for maximum 3. So one way or the other, they're going to aggregate into sets of 2 and 3, sets of 2 and 3 for each of these spaces. Food delivery, 2. Broad e-commerce, 2. Transportation, 2. So that's the way we are going. Is it okay for us to carve ourselves into economic activity into aggregate duopolies here and there? Right? So those are the kind of ethical questions. What is the definition? What is the space? All of that we're going to discuss today. So I'm going to start with you. Collectively, e-commerce has it been good? Let's forget about winners and losers for the time being, and let's say that Amazon has been there's the presence of Amazon, Flipkart, Ola, Uber, whether they are funded, is there some winners, some losers? We'll worry about all of that. Okay. Collectively, the first question, have they been good?
I think it is good. In a sense, it has given us more accessibility, more comfort, and more, as in you mentioned that at the push of a button you get things done. So I'm constructing something, as in we are constructing a building in my place. We are extending the building. So I have to do a lot of things. I have to buy a lot of stuff, including fans and lights and switches and so many different things. So I go to the shop. Sometimes they ask me so much more than the MRP or the MRP. They do. Immediately I open my Amazon and then I show them, hey, somebody is able to sell it at this price. Either they bring down their price if they have the margin. Sometimes they don't have the margin, which is also true, because people do bulk because of the volume of the purchase. They get discounts from bigger companies. Let's say Amazon gets huge discounts because of the volume, which the small shop does not get. Which means he'll say, hey, I cannot do this price. This is the best price I can do. If you want, take it. Which I'm happy to, because I have a relationship with that person and he supplied almost all the electrical components for my house.
This is an interesting point.
So I take it from them.
You take it from, still you are okay to leave 5% on the table too.
Yes, I take
Will
it
you
from
do that? If you get a product at Amazon at $300, but your friendly guys whom you have known sells it at $320, but he brought it down from 350. Are you all right?
I will go to another friendly guy on the same street.
Get it at 300.
No, I'll ask him if he's able to give me the same discount. If it is
Okay.
not possible, I'll come to the conclusion that this is what the agreed price in that area is.
Okay.
I'll probably go.
No, forget the area.
Huh.
You get it at 320 in your area. You get it at 300 on Amazon. Are you going to go to Amazon or 320?
I'll probably go to Amazon. Like I get it delivered at home. Plus, I can return it back. If
Okay.
in case.
Okay. That's an
Again, I
interesting
guess-
question.
Again, I
Because
guess
a
it
lot
is-
of us are thinking collectively, do we need to support our friendly neighborhood shops? It could be a small thing. So some of us might say 4% on the table is fine. That guy has to run his business as well. So he's been there forever. So his cost structure is not Amazon. So I get some comfort from Amazon, but if it's 3%, 4%, I'll buy only from him. People are making that choice. I'm not making that choice. And so therefore, it's an interesting point to think about. How much are we willing to leave on the table? I think it also varies by category. So for books, we might just say, look, it's a book, I'm going to get it from Amazon. I'm not getting it from this guy. But if it is rice or dal, then we like the friendly guy. Okay?
I feel like for you, it should be the case that you should buy it from Amazon. Since that you're buying so many products, you said
Okay.
fans, switches, you
Okay.
must be buying it in bulk. At least 10
Okay.
switches or maybe 2 or 3 fans.
Definitely. See,
Each fan will have.
the point I'll agree, but I would differ because this guy will give me a warranty. I can take the product back to him and then he'll exchange it without asking questions. That is where the human relationships come into play. If I have a switch that is slightly scratched, I have to fill a complaint. Somebody has to come. They have to verify that the switch is not damaged by me. There is a lot of things involved, and delay is also involved. In just getting delivered, your delay is okay with your Amazon versus your shops. Your Amazon is very fast in terms of that. Otherwise, let's say I have to go to Paris to buy something. I'm postponing because I'm working. I don't have bandwidth to go to Paris and then get stuff from there. I'll probably end up ordering that from my Amazon because okay, in 3 days you'll get there. Or Prime, you have, okay, in 1.5 days you'll get it. So you have that comfort. But your returning process becomes really cumbersome. Where your I know that person helps a lot.
Okay. So prima facie question one, you think e-commerce overall is good?
At least not considering the factors that you mentioned,
Correct.
which you
So
said
we're
they
not-
don't consider these 3 things.
Correct.
Is it good? I think it is good.
It's good for consumers for sure.
At least so far.
At least so far. So you're also on that path. That's overall good for consumers. Is it good for suppliers also or sellers?
In some sense, yes.
Okay.
Yes. How would I phrase that? Let's say I sell cameras. Right. I have a shop near Anna Salai, near that Omandurar building. I have a shop. I can sell probably 1 camera in 3 days, or maybe 1 camera in 5 days, 6 days. Right. I don't have the reach to the entire city. I have a shop at Nana Salai. I don't have a reach to all the people from the city or from the state for that matter. I can have a website. In spite of all of that, I don't have a backbone to collect money on the website, get it transferred to my account, do all of that. When somebody says, okay, I have a system, I have loads of people, probably billions of them who are already onto the system. Say Amazon. And somebody from Chennai or Tamil Nadu wants to buy something that is this, which you also happen to sell.
Correct.
Maybe sell it across.
This is the expansion of market argument, and I think that is there for almost all the categories. That is there for Ola and Uber. That is there for Zomato and Swiggy. That is there for Amazon and Flipkart. And so, in one way or the other, they have not taken share. They have made sure that the marketplace, which expands the market itself. So, people are traveling more by taxi now than ever before. That is undeniable. So, it's not like an Ola or Uber have taken share from Fast Track or NTL or whatever was the erstwhile player in your area. If that guy was operating 3,000 taxis, or those 4 guys were operating 3,000 taxis together, Ola and Uber are now operating 7,000. The taxi ride market has expanded and it's expanded because it's more comfortable, undeniable. Likewise, food delivery. Food delivery as a market, food being delivered to your place as a market, was probably only niche. Your Domino's and Pizza Hut were doing it, and the big local restaurant was doing it, and the friendly neighborhood guy was doing it. But it's not a marketplace. They practically carved out this marketplace. And Amazon, Flipkart, they've carved out each section and they've expanded what we consume. And so, I have an issue with that as well. So, are we per se as a community becoming more consumerist? Are we consuming more of goods because Amazon is there?
I think yes.
That's true. Um, you are buying something because you have a need for that object.
Okay, or I have that object, therefore I find a need for it. My contention is because I have Amazon, I bought 7 more books this year than I've done last year. I bought 3 books last year, I read 3 of them. So I bought 10 books, I've read only 2. I have 800 books. It's fascinating, it's easy, it is the cost of purchase transaction being so low is per se making people accumulate junk. This is across categories. This is for food and broader Amazon.